Did you know that before the Beatles song, Now and Then, ended up in the 2024 movie, Argylle, it was offered to George Clooney?
And I thought if you're ever going to impress anybody, it's at Abbey Road with the 150-piece orchestra there. And
George Clooney recently revealed his surprising connection with the Beatles, specifically his friendship with Paul McCartney. In a January 2024 interview, Clooney, who has been promoting his latest film, The Boys in the Boat, revealed how Paul McCartney offered to have the new Beatles song, Now and Then, featured in a movie.
But he sent it to me, a year ago and said, I've got this thing, do you have any place in the movie for it? And I was like, oh my God, if we have anything to do with it, anywhere.
Of course, at the time, Clooney was working on The Boys in the Boat, which would not have been a good fit for Now and Then, so George did not take McCartney up on the offer.
But I got to hear it, and I wrote him then, and I said, Jesus, Paul, it's a Beatles song. It's a 50-year-old Beatles song. And he's like, yeah, we rock. And I was like, yeah, you rock, dude.
Who knew that George and Paul were friends, or even that Clooney was such a big Beatles fan? In the interview, George described watching the Beatles Get Back documentary.
See, it's so amazing because you're watching like Paul McCartney just sitting around and he's writing like Get Back. He's like Frankie was a man, and we're like, no, it's JoJo. It's JoJo.
He went on to describe how he had dinner a few nights earlier with Paul, and marveling in his presence, thinking to himself how great the Beatles were. Quote, their songs are such a part of the fabric of our lives. They were the leaders of changing the style of music, unquote. Clooney, who now lives in London with his wife and 2 children, spoke of a time when he was with Paul at Abbey Road Studios. I was there with him. He was at Abbey Road playing Lady Madonna on the piano that's there, that they used when they recorded Lady Madonna, unquote. Clooney was proud of himself that his first date with Amal was at Abbey Road Studios. He came to London to work on the soundtrack for his 2014 movie, Monuments Men. Having met Amal just a few weeks before, he invited her to join him at Abbey Road, and that ended up being their first date.
And then I went to London. She was living in London, and I went to London to score a movie. And I thought if you're ever going to impress anybody, it's at Abbey Road with the 150-piece orchestra there. And I called her up and said, you want to come see a visit over at Abbey Road?
Of course, the Beatles' last song, Now and Then, took the world by storm in November 2023. George Clooney expressed his own thoughts on the song saying, that's like the Beatles in 1968. Wow, it's unbelievable, unquote. It's safe to say that everyone can agree that the song did not need to be in any movie to help make it popular. But maybe in the future, Paul will offer one of his own songs to appear in a George Clooney movie. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like this video to help this channel grow. For more fascinating facts about the Beatles, read Trina Young's book, Elvis and the Beatles. Read a free excerpt at daytrippin.com, or listen to the audiobook for free right here on Daytrippin's YouTube channel. Please subscribe to this channel and ring the bell for notifications of future videos, and keep watching more Beatles videos here.